Well, good morning, dear viewers, and welcome once again to our program, The Money Closet. My name is Finley Musimi. Now, today we embark on our discussion about building wealth. And I believe we all want to be wealthy. When we hear about the name wealth, we are always interested and we won't want to, be termed as wealthy people. And it's important for us to understand that there is a difference between wealth and riches. Because most of the time, when we even consider people to be wealthy, he's actually not wealthy. And there is a keen difference that I want us to, understand today. And riches is simply having a lot of money. You know, when you're rich, you have money at your disposal. But when we talk about wealth, we are talking a situation that you don't worry about money. It is the situation that you have had money, you have used this money so wisely or in a manner until at some point you no longer worry about money. And so the difference is that the rich people keep on, accumulating money and looking for more money. But, the wealthy people, money works for them. So you need to choose where you want to belong. But today I want to just give you, three tips on how we can build, wealth, just in the long term or even in the medium term. And I'm going to give you 3 points that are going to help you in your pursuit of making wealth. And the first one is when you want to build wealth and develop to be a wealthy person, the very first thing that you need to do is to have a financial, vision. Uh, in other words, we call them financial goals. You have to develop goals that are going to assist you to walk the journey towards building wealth. And many of the times that we find ourselves in a situation that money comes our way, but we do not know exactly what we have to do with the money because in the first place we did not develop a plan. We did not develop a goal that was motivating us towards building a certain goal, building a certain investment. And therefore the first step is for you to develop what we call a financial goal. Simply we are saying, where do you want to be at a particular time in your life? And you could say, for example, if it's a time like now next year, what are the financial goals? What are these issues? What are these things that you are going to find yourself needing so much money maybe to execute? It could be a simple thing. It could also be something quite significant. And that tells us that when we talk about financial goals, there are different types of financial goals. We have those goals that we call, short-term goals. We also have goals that we call them medium-term goals, and we also have what we call long-term goals. Now, very quickly, I'm going to help you understand the difference. When we talk about small or short-term goals, these are goals that would require you less of time. You're talking about between a month or 6 months you are able to execute. And so you need in your plan and your financial goal, you need to have that kind of a definition that this particular expenditure item can be achieved within 0 to 6 months. Now, when you come to medium term, goals, these are goals that could stretch, beyond 6 months and maybe towards 12 months or even 1 year. On the other hand, when we talk about long-term goals, these are goals that could stretch, beyond 1 year. We are talking about investments that will require you to put in a little bit, more effort or even a longer period for you to accumulate a significant amount of income that is going to be channeled towards a particular project. A good example is when you want to buy a piece of land or property. It will require you a relatively longer period than it would require for you to buy, for example, a sofa set. And so that is the difference. But in our lives, we need to develop these financial goals. We need to write them down. You need to know that a time like now, I need to build. I need to have, a piece of land at a certain, place. And therefore, that helps you to know this is the time that you have, and this is the much money you're looking for, and you need to walk the journey, towards helping you achieve that particular goal. So we are saying without that financial goal, you may want to be wealthy. You may want to, find yourself money working for you. But then you do not make the first step. And as we are saying, the first step is for you to write down what is your plan. Anything that will require you to spend, any project, however small, however big, please, I'm calling upon us. Can we be able to write down our financial goals? And that way we would have made the first step towards, building wealth for ourselves. The second issue is about, developing a financial investment, plan. In this regard, you're saying, as I have this particular goal, what is it that I'm going to do that is going to accelerate, me into achieving my vision? What is the roadmap towards achieving this particular financial goal? And this is where you're going to choose an investment option that suits that kind of a goal that you have. And investments range from, there are different types of investments, ranging from low risk investment options to high risk investment options. So what I would advise you is that when you are starting your journey of building wealth, you need to try to avoid high risk investment options and start with small or lesser risky, investment options. That way, then you rid yourself of the risk that is associated, and you're able to in a more sure way, accumulate your resources towards achieving your financial goal. So what are we saying? We are saying that before you make any investment, you need to have what we call a business plan. You need to understand what is the need, or rather what is the gap in the marketplace that I'm going to fill in, and then what is it that these people want? What is it that I'm required to do so that I could be solving a problem while I'm making a shilling out of it? That is what investment is all about. And you don't run to do something that you do not understand. You do not do something that you have no know-how, something that you cannot be able to tell the process from end to end. And therefore, you have to make a plan, an investment plan that is consistent with how you are going to manage it. And if it's not yourself managing this project, then you're going to put yourself in a situation that the people that are going to run with the plan, the investment plan, are people that are privy to the process, they are privy to the issues around it, and they know exactly what needs to be done at each and every stage along the way. It's something that we cannot run away from if we want to build a sure and a stable way of making wealth. There are people who think about shortcuts, quick wins, and things that you can be able to do in a day, 24 hours, and you turn out to be a billionaire or a millionaire. But according to me, the most sustainable way of building wealth is when you develop a very good investment plan that can guide you towards a sure and a guaranteed way of building your wealth. The last item that I would want to share with you is about the saving. Building savings that are going to give you the base for you to be able to achieve your wealth. Now, when we talk about savings, we are talking about building a system that is predictable, a system that is watertight, a system that allows you to achieve those goals that you initially set and is consistent. The issue here is about consistency, because you could save and say you save so much, but then it takes so long for you to continue doing the same. And so what is key when it comes to saving is that consistency. You could set it at making some portion of saving depending on the cash flow that comes to you, depending on the nature and the frequency of your cash flow. You could define and say, I want to be saving on a daily basis, I'm going to be saving on a weekly basis, I'm going to be saving on a monthly basis, I'm going to be saving on a quarterly basis, depending on the flow of your cash flow. But the key thing is that as you build your saving, it has to be consistent, it has to form a trend, it has to walk you the journey. And we have to rid ourselves of just saving for the sake of saving. When you go saving for the sake of saving, you start making rounds and rounds, because every other time when something comes up, you rush there, and then you crumble down your accumulated savings, and you find yourself going back again, to zero. And therefore, for us to build wealth, you have to understand This is the journey in the short term. This is the journey in the long term. And even this is the journey when it talks about, when you want to think about even medium term, so that then we can be able to walk the journey. And I assure you, my dear viewers, as we continue to employ these simple steps, we can only get there, because there are no two ways about it. There are no shortcuts about it. If you want it, then you're going to make it happen. And I always keep telling people that all you have is not, so many things. All you have for you to make a difference is now. And therefore, I encourage all of us, let us begin now. And because we have the opportunity, God has given you the time, God has given you a good base, God has given you even a source of income. Please do not waste any time. It's time to start making steps that are going to guide you towards being a wealthy person and creating a wealthy generation, and money just working for you. Until next time, my name is Finley, and I wish you a good time. And I continue to ask you to follow our program, The Money Closet, on YouTube, and so that you can continue getting more materials that help us in terms of building ourselves and building a very stable financial future. Thank you very much for watching, and good time ahead.